Hello. Sophia Shanti on with you. A drag queen who is also an intellectual. So, one of the topics I really love and find very practical and important is philosophy. And this series is called Philosophy in Drag. So, as a drag queen, I sit here with y'all and discuss philosophy. Okay. So this is the fifth series. This is the fifth video in the series. And today we are going to talk about the fifth and the final component or branch of philosophy, which is called aesthetics. It's the sense of beautiful. So when we trace the word, again, it's a Greek word, aesthetike. It's about perceivable things. But when we use that word, we rather mean things that we not just perceive by our uh, organs of perception, but things that we find beautiful. That's aesthetics. Okay. And just to remind you, um, before doing anything, before diving into the topic, the subject, I first remind people what we did prior to this. Then I perform something, little something, and then we dive into the topic. So now I'll just refresh your memory, and those who watch me for the first time will go through the basics of the four components of philosophy. So the first component is called metaphysics, or reality. The first component of philosophy studies the nature of reality. Is reality real or not? What's the nature of reality? What is reality made of? Etc. Uh, the second component of philosophy is called epistemology, and episteme means knowledge in Greek. So it's about knowledge. When you say reality is real or reality isn't real or there are other realities, how do you know? So epistemology is answering that question. How do you know? What are reliable sources of knowledge for you? How do you define? How do you prove that those sources are reliable? Can you say, well, it's revelation, or it's one specific book, or it's science, etc., etc.? The third component of philosophy is about ethics, or the good and the bad. It's morality. What is good for you? What's bad for you? The fourth component, which we covered yesterday, is about politics. Politics is also a philosophical discipline or subject, and um, it's about communal life. Polis, again, another beautiful Greek word, polis, was an ancient form of self-governance. These were ancient Greek city-states like Athens, Syracuse, Sparta, and there were others. So, what's the best way of self-governance? Do you accept, um, or we could say, do you believe in private property or not? Are you pro-capitalism or pro-socialism or something else? That's politics, organizing our community life. And we'll cover aesthetics today a little bit because this is just the introductory thing. Before that, I'll sing some little thing for you, one part of it. And again, I invite you guys to try to guess what's the title of the song and who's the author. This song, I think, will be easy to guess for people who are at least, I'd say, 30 years old, maybe younger too. But yeah, this is a hit from some olden days. And if you like content about philosophy, personal development, knowledge, reason, etc., and LGBT stuff in that context, I encourage you to also share my life, okay, and invite more friends, because that way you will help also those people discover something which is not just about entertainment, but also about education, like edutainment. Okay, here we go. I'll sing this one for y'all. I call you when I need you, when my heart's on fire. You come to me, wild and wild. When you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. And it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong, baby. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tear us apart. No, no. Baby, I would rather be there. In your heart, I see the stars of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. So, do you recognize the song, guys? Actually, I performed today at Los Angeles LGBT Center, but unfortunately I didn't think of asking someone to film. Hi there, what's up?
Hi.
Oh, okay, I don't have many followers, but let's do it. Okay, let's fight.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
I have two
Let's
people
go.
who are watching
Okay.
me. Can you tap on the screen? She might win
Okay.
this one
突然
because
觉得
I have very few followers. So, do you speak English, by the way? No. Does she hear me? Yeah. No? No English.
Help me. Help me. Help me.
Where are you from, by the way, if you hear me?
Let's go. Hotel.
No, I think she doesn't hear me. Wow, already she has 398 views. I have only one follower right now, active.
Thank you, my.
Aww, I'm gonna lose this one.
Me.
It's making no sense. Goodbye. Yeah, it just makes no sense for me to battle because I have, I don't have a follower base. Anyway, let's get to philosophy now. Aesthetics, the sense of beautiful. What's beautiful and what's not, especially in terms of art. Um, and all the branches of philosophy interact, and one thing affects the other. So here's an example. Suppose in terms of metaphysics, you say this world is fake. It's not real. We're in the matrix, or this is a form of purgatory or hell, or whatever, and there's a different world, a more beautiful one. Your uh, um, metaphysics, your worldview on reality, will define what's beautiful and what's ugly for you. And suppose you, in terms of your epistemology, your knowledge, you say, well, all knowledge comes from a superhuman being. Already, this means that you may be very against or pretty disinterested with whatever you may call material or of this world. And this is one of the reasons why historically we had sects and cults in the negative meaning of the world. Some cults are okay, but some are pretty bad. So we had groups of people destroying statues, even recently, like around 10 or 15 decades ago, yes, when specific Islamist groups were destroying statues of the Buddha, or even today in places like Afghanistan, etc., they destroy certain world heritage. That's aesthetics. They deem something as unworthy, filthy, not beautiful. And that's aesthetics. And what you find attractive or what you find unattractive is defined by your philosophical worldview. Some, again, we may take religion first. Like some Muslims may find uh, pictures, portraits as repulsive or um, unworthy of gazing because their religion forbids it. Yeah. So metaphysics and epistemology and also ethics, what's right, what's wrong, may define, and usually they do define your aesthetics. Yeah? And it's kind of your aesthetics can also form your metaphysics and your epistemology. If a child is born into a specific culture and religion and political worldviews, then the child might develop based on what he sees as art, metaphysics and epistemology accordingly. So those things are interrelatable. They affect one another. Okay. Oh, Ash, thank you for following me. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. If some of you guys want to tap on the screen, I'd be happy for that too. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first time someone followed me because of my live. So, yay, that's the first. Yes, so your aesthetics is determined by your metaphysics and by your epistemology, your worldview on reality, and your views on what are reliable or authoritative sources of knowledge for you. Now, I'll give you something extra today in terms of aesthetics, and we'll wrap it up. Okay. One of my favorite, my probably most favorite philosopher, Ayn Rand, she has a very interesting lecture on aesthetics, and she brings this example. Okay, I'll share this with you guys. This is kind of powerful. So she lived in the 20th century, and her example. Okay, Ash, I don't know if you sent me a gift or not. TikTok says just got the #1 gifter badge. If you did, thank you. I just didn't notice anything, but I see your comment also. Thank you. Thanks a lot and high five to Ash. So, she lived, and I think this lecture was written in probably 60s. So she says, imagine a village where people have the access to the external world only through one cinema. And this was true in her time. Yeah, we didn't have the Wi-Fi, the internet, smartphones, laptops, or those Pentium computers, Apple, etc. So it was true when she wrote this example. So 50 or 60 people live in that village, and they make their own understanding of the external world only through watching movie in that cinema. Okay. And now she says, imagine those people are watching movies where the world is depicted as ugly, bad, negative. We have a lot of bad stuff going on. Um, a lot of, well, I'm on TikTok. I'm trying to filter my speech so that, I don't get into trouble. So a lot of negativity. What will those people think of the world? Their conclusion will be that the world is bad, negative. There's nothing to strive for, nothing to want, no motivation to grow. Yeah. And they will be stuck with that. And even today, in many cultures, this is true. Like in Russia, for instance, in former USSR countries, and most probably in some other parts of the world, TV still plays an important role in many areas, especially smaller rural areas. Like people watch those series, people watch TV channels. Even in the US, we have like folks that only watch, let's say, Fox News, right? And that's it. Also online, we kind of do that too. Yes, with the algorithms, they give us what we usually want, and we subscribe to things that we like. So it's kind of almost the same. And now the other example. Imagine that this cinema in that village shows them movies which show the human capabilities, like they discover Leonardo da Vinci. They discover Marie Curie. They see the skyscrapers of New York or of other places. Those people will have a totally different view on the external world. They won't be like, oh, so the whole planet is like our small village where men drink and beat their wives. No, that won't be their worldview, right? Their worldview will be, oh wow, there is so much going on in this big, beautiful world. There are opportunities. As a young kid, from that village, you could be like, wow, so I can become an artist. I could become a scientist. Yeah, as a young girl, you could be dreaming of Marie Curie, becoming Marie Curie, etc. Ash says, we are our perception sometimes. Yeah, we could put it that way too. Why not? Or what we perceive forms our identity. And then, yes, we become what we see in a way. And there's an interesting saying, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If you just have like bad or low quality stuff in your mind, of course, whatever you say, whatever you do will be low quality. Yeah. Even in politics, with the current administration, we see that, right? The amount of sometimes inaccuracies, or maybe what they like to say, fake news. Yes, sometimes it's a lot. They show some images which turn out to be not what we were told the images were containing, like the president of South Africa recently, right? So you should be aware of what you eat in terms of information and knowledge, because what you eat, that you will give to the external world. So aesthetics matters, and if you don't take care of your aesthetics, other will do that. Again, just like with politics and with the whole philosophy. This is why philosophy is so important. If you don't want to end up like those people from that village, figuratively speaking, you should be more curious, you should learn, you should ask yourself questions, you should question your premises, like truths that you hold to be self-evident, you know? And maybe tomorrow I'll talk about the difference between dogma and axiom. This is very important in terms of quality perception and in terms of quality thinking, you know. So I might do that for you guys tomorrow. Maybe we'll cover that topic so that you understand more. Now, today I'll end with one of quotes from Aristotle. This is the last rubric. What time do you go live? Ash, usually I go live after 6 p.m., normally between 6 to 9. Today I went live later because I was volunteering at Los Angeles LGBT Center, so I was away for a long time. You know, it's Pride time and stuff, etc., etc. PDT. What do you mean PDT? LA time. If you ask the thing, yeah, that's awesome. Ash says, yeah. So Aristotle quote. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. That's beautiful. Again, I'll read it. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. I agree with this concept. In other words, if I try to simplify the thought, like if you are educated, if you are open-minded, you can think around some concepts without getting involved with those concepts. And this quality is something that we see a lot of people lack. People in power, people with strong religious convictions and dogmatic thinking. They're like, no, this is the truth and that's the end. Yeah. So they will not be able to entertain a thought, as Socrates puts it. Yeah. They would automatically reject it. So entertaining a thought, that's already, a quality that a lot of people are lacking. So, and also then without accepting it. Well, this part, entertain a thought without accepting it. I think this is an interesting mental and intellectual capability. But you should allow yourself to go very deep with those, thoughts that you disagree with. Like me personally, we could call more pro-Israeli, but I'm open to debate. I'm open. I invite people who are from the other camp, and I tell them, okay, I borrow you my mind, my attention. Just lead me, guide me through your thinking. Allow me to walk in your, well, not in your shoes if you're not from Palestine, but in your, through your mental lens. And normally, those people, those who I have come across until now, including very, like ultra left activists, they don't do that. They say, no, we don't have much knowledge on the subject, or, well, I'm not interested. So, both on the far right and on the far left, we have a lot of people who don't have this ability, who are afraid of questioning their own worldviews, who are even afraid of going very deep with their convictions. They just have a set of dogmas, convictions, a script, and they're like, okay, I'm for this, I'm against that. If you support this, then you are supporting the unalivening of children, blah, 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 and that's it. They don't want to go deeper because I think they're afraid. Well, they lack of knowledge and fear. I think that's, that's the reason why. So aesthetics is the last branch of philosophy. Again, those who want to learn more, I invite you guys to try and write in the comment section all the 5 branches of philosophy, their names, If you don't remember the fancy Greek terms, that's okay. It's up to you. I just like languages. I speak several of them. That's why I memorized all of that. But if you don't want to remember the Greek terms, just give me the English words. So 5 of them. What are those 5? And can you recall all of them? If not, maybe next time, again, I will review them for you so that you learn something. Yeah. Right now, you are the consumer. You're just you're consuming stuff. Yeah. But as a tutor, I'm interested in seeing my students and my coaches, I could say, in the role of the producer, not just consumer, not just taker, but also giver. So this is why I encourage my students and you guys to write down, to come and join live and interact with me. So that this is not just a monologue, but we kind of are um, on the same level. Yeah, you also express your thoughts, your concerns, your ideas, etc., etc. So thanks for being with me, and see you tomorrow. Okay, high five, and enjoy the rest of the day. Okay, that's it.